I went to a lot of concerts in 2023. I was very blessed and also financially irresponsible, so I went to a ton of concerts last year. I learned that I really liked going to concerts, and I also learned that in my new stage in life in which my back hurts a lot, concerts are a little bit more ideal for me than the full convention experiences that I was used to prior to the pandemic and my accident, because I can have a lot of fun for one night and then rest and recover the next day, and it's ideal instead of 3 or 4 days of trying to pace myself and have the stamina to get through things. But coming from this background of cosplayer who will dress up for any occasion, I made outfits for quite a few of these concerts, and I crocheted a bunch of them because that's what I like to do. I like to crochet things. So I kind of want to take you through the outfits that I crocheted for concerts in 2023 because I'm very excited about them. In 2023, I got to see Muna 3 times because I love Muna. I'll insert my Spotify Wrapped here if you don't believe me. I'm wearing Muna merch now. The Muna bracelet that is in this assortment of bracelets I wear pretty much daily. I've been listening since day one, but I love all Muna fans. If you just started learning about them, if you learned about them because they opened for Taylor Swift, welcome. Aren't they the greatest band in the world? Anyway, I made this to see Muna. I made it in a couple hours at work because I was working at the time. It's got this really fun back situation, which you can't see because I have a black mannequin, but I'll also insert photos of me. I went for like a camo look, and I think it turned out pretty nice. I used cotton yarns and stuff, but it's a pretty simple tank top that I made to go see Muna at the Anthem in DC. You also like to make fun little outfits for concerts, let me know. I feel like it's definitely becoming more of a thing, and some artists like Chapel Roan, who I've not seen in concert yet, hopefully in the future, will even do like themes for what they want people to wear, which is really cute and I love. Yeah, if you got to go to any concert last year, which one was your favorite? I haven't done the count for how many concerts I went to, but I know it was a lot. It's actually kind of an obscene number. I got really carried away. My bank account reflects that, but I don't have any regrets because I had a really fun time and I really like concerts. And that's what I learned about myself in 2023. Like a lot of people, I really like concerts. And earplugs, best friend. After that Muna concert, technically the next outfit is my Taylor Swift Eras Tour thing, but that's gonna be the final one because I'm the proudest about that. Also, it's the most hassle to put on this dress form, and it's not that. Something fun I learned about Ashniko after the concert through her Instagram is that she crochets too. Sometimes she crochets little fits for the concert. The Ashniko crowd was really fun because it was a lot of femme people getting really angry and screaming just very angry lyrics, which was such a fun time. And I think Ashniko concerts are a really good time to get out emotion. Okay. This is all freeform. It's got a lot of holes and stuff, and it's the first time I did freeform crochet like this. It's still relatively like planned out as far as freeform crochet goes. I know some people can get a little bit more wilder, but for me this was pretty cool. I wore a tank top underneath it because I know this is like kind of insane. I love the yarn I used for this. I was so scared I wouldn't be able to find it in stores again because I ended up using it later for a cosplay, which I'll put here, that I wore to New York Comic Con. I was a Cork, and it's just this fun little fuzzy yarn that has almost like a naturally feel to it. It's definitely synthetic yarn, but it's got those vibes. And I'm really happy with this. It was a really fun concert. There were a lot of angry screams and just really cathartic because a lot of the songs of Ashniko are angry. And it was, like many of the concerts that I attend, a very queer audience, and I definitely don't love crowds in most situations, but I've learned that a lot of the artists that I see in concert, there are a lot of people in the audience, very similar tastes, clearly, because we went to see the same show, and in a room full of queer people, I don't feel as unsafe or uneasy. It was like a really good time, and I think that's one of the reasons I like concerts too, because we all get to like hang out and do something that we really like. I made this mesh dress. I actually started crocheting it at the Janelle Monáe concert a week before All Things Go. And it's just a very simple mesh dress. I had never been to a music festival before. All Things Go was very laid back. The first day was nice and like cloudy, so I could wear whatever. I don't even know if you can really see this. I layered it over a little mesh top. I made it really open because I knew it would be kind of warm, but the first day was nice and cloudy, and it was like perfect weather, so this was really good for that. This was the other piece that I had made to wear to All Things Go, but I didn't end up wearing it to the festival. This was for day 2 because it was really warm the second day. Oh my gosh, it was so warm. I got a sunburn. I got a mask sunburn. I had to go take a break in the shade because it was just way too toasty. So I didn't wear this. Yeah, I really like the colors in this yarn. I thought it was really fun. Love the soft yarn. It's got the little soft trim on the sleeves. I'm very happy with this. I mostly went like without looking at the rest of the artists. I saw Muna and I was like, I gotta be there. And then I like eventually was like, oh, let me look at the rest of the lineup, because I got the tickets for it because of Muna. And then I looked at the rest of the lineup and I was like, this is amazing. Every single artist that was there, I had like listened to at least a little bit of their songs, if not their entire discography. My first music festival experience, I feel like is going to be really hard to top, but we'll see. Also, about halfway through the year, my phone microphone decided to stop working, so I don't have audio from a lot of the videos that I took, which is really unfortunate, but it is what it is. I went to see Hozier in Vancouver. He did come to DC, but I have Canadian friends because I went to university in Canada, and I wanted an excuse to go visit them and visit Vancouver for the first time, not in the summer. I went to school in Calgary, not Vancouver. I would love to upgrade to a dress form like the ones we had in school, and like we had in the fiber arts program at school that were like actually soft, so you could like draft patterns on them. So I actually worked on this a little bit before the trip, but I did a lot of this at the airport and then in like the day before the concert, and as we were walking around Vancouver and hanging out, seeing the sights. Let me get some details here. We've got the little off-the-shoulder bits here. We've got this like corset tie-up in the back. This is a scrap yarn piece, except for this. This I had like an entire 1 pound skein, but all of these yarns here, I was going for like an earthy tone situation. Scrap yarns. We got this. This is such a fun way to show off my pieces. Hold it like a fish. Yeah, this is what I made to go see Hozier in Vancouver. What a lovely trip. I never want to go back to Vancouver in the summertime. The last 2 summers I went, and the last time I went was 2016, were like the hottest summers they've had, if memory serves, and that's not for me. I got to have my little twilight moment the last day when I was just walking around the forested path areas, and it was really nice. The concert itself was also fun. I brought my 3DS to this concert and I took a video because I just think it's funny to use older tech at concerts and get a really fun, crazy video. Also, my phone microphone didn't work, so like what's the difference? Can I just say I hate the feeling of the material that this dress form is made of, and taking this off, I hate. Working in the world of fiber as somebody with sensitivity to certain textures is such a dangerous game because some acrylic feels the worst, and I thrift a lot of the materials and sometimes they'll be in like baggies, but there are ways around that to soften acrylic yarn, so maybe I'll share that if people want to know what I do. This is what I wore to Boygenius, which was the Boygenius show at Madison Square Garden that Muna was opening. And again, I went because Muna was gonna be there. I was very happy when they announced this show because I was seriously trying to figure out how to get my butt over to LA to see their show at the Greek. But I'm on the East Coast, and as much as I'm spending like all this money to go to concerts and stuff, the trip over there would have been, you know, a couple concerts at least, and it's just not realistic for me to fly out to the other coast to see a concert, as much as I wish I lived that lifestyle. And I am so happy for all the people that got to see them at the Greek. I got merch when they released it after the show, and lived vicariously through all the people who were nice enough to take videos and post them with phones that have working microphones. So thank you to everyone that shared it with the rest of us. It was such a good show, and at the end, Muna just popped out in like the back where Boygenius had done their thing. I'm really happy with how this turned out. I used yarn that I bought at like a yarn store, so it's very nice yarn. And a fun fact about this is I worked on this at All Things Go, because the following day after All Things Go was the Boygenius concert in Madison Square Garden. So before I put the jacket on, we'll do a little rotation. I got these safety pins. I also feel like if I go to see Avril Lavigne, if she comes to DC on a tour, this would be a really appropriate outfit to wear. I want to block it so it sits a little bit better, but I made this at the music festival. I love the little stripes. I threw this in because I didn't have enough yarn to make the whole tank top, but I actually think it really adds to it and it pulls it together very nicely. And I love the safety pins. It's fun. I lined it with ribbon because it's not the most comfortable to wear, but I felt like that's very appropriate for the show. These letters I also made at the music festival. Also wool. I'm planning on transplanting this to a sweater because I just feel like the wool isn't my favorite on a denim jacket, and I think it would be cute on a sweater. But it's Life's So Fun from Silk Chiffon, and I actually had just finished stitching this right before Muna's set at All Things Go, and then I ended up actually standing up and dancing. But a lot of the music festival was me sitting down and crocheting, listening to all of my favorite bands, which was just so much fun. I made 52 bracelets for Boygenius. 90% of them were probably Muna ones. And then I learned as I was waiting for the show, technically it's a Boygenius show, but we all call it Boygenius lovingly. Most of the people there were very eager to grab the Boygenius bracelets, and a lot of them didn't get the Muna references, and I'm like, I really hope you all listen to Muna after this concert, which I feel like they did. Everyone was having a really good time. I love that candy culture is back, I guess. I was never really a part of it to begin with. I thought it was cool, but I was like, it's only for the raver kids, and now any fun event, people are making friendship bracelets. I made bracelets to give out at New York Comic Con when I was dressed up as Alan, and they said, "Hi Barbie," and "Hi Ken," and I gave them to Barbie and Ken cosplayers, and it was a really wholesome moment. I'm very much embracing friendship bracelet culture. So thank you to Taylor Swift for enabling that. I'm sure the craft stores love you. Prior to my car accident that messed up my hands, I could stitch voraciously and make outfits for probably every concert I went to, but clearly I didn't do that here. But I did get to make outfits for the events that I was most excited about, and that makes me really happy. I'm trying really hard to stop comparing what my output is now to prior to the accident, because my hands look different. My day-to-day also looks different. I spend a lot more time doing my stretches and exercising and making sure I'm taking care of my hands and my back, and my life just looks different. So what I create is going to look different, but I'm really proud of what I have done here. And what I'm about to show you, I am immensely proud of. I made the majority of it in about 4 months, spaced out as much as I could. A lot of it after I was recovering from my hysterectomy surgery. I don't think I would have called myself a proper Swiftie prior to this project, but when I do any sort of big project, if it's for a cosplay, I'll like watch or listen to or read whatever the media is that I am cosplaying. And for the Taylor Swift gown, for about 4 months when I was working on this, I was just listening to Taylor Swift nonstop. I was watching recordings of her concerts, music videos. I was studying. I was gonna make the most out of this trip. I wanted to enjoy this concert to the max. At the start of this, Fearless was my era. I still think Fearless is my favorite era. So I wanted to do something from Fearless, but I also was like, this is a really big deal. I want to make a really big project. So I was going through all of the outfits that she's made, and I saw this dress that she wears when she performs Love Story on her Fearless tour, and this is me assembling all of that for you now. In Boston, we had nosebleed tickets. We paid around $100 for the nosebleed tickets. For Lisbon, I got into the pre-sale. We were paying $250 USD for 4 tickets. I experimented a lot with the skirts I was wearing underneath this. I have a much fuller skirt, but I also felt that the silhouette of the dress that she wears isn't as full. I layered the two just because I wanted it to be a little bit poofier than the single one that I have is, and I'm happy with the results. But this is basically a layer of blanket, and I didn't want to wear that to Boston because I had gotten heat exhaustion prolonged for over 2 weeks working in a restaurant preparing dim sum, so just steaming stuff in an already hot restaurant where the thermometer was reading 80 to 90 degrees, and then on top of that standing in front of steamers. So I had really bad heat exhaustion and my tolerance for heat was diminished. I actually didn't think I'd be able to wear any of this to the show, but I forgot that Boston is close to the water, so there was a nice breeze, and I modified my outfit. Instead of wearing this, I crocheted shorts that were striped similarly. They're pretty much booty shorts, but that was okay because I wore this skirt over top of it. Majority female audience, so I didn't feel that weird if I was wearing like a little bit more revealing of an outfit. I don't mind wearing fun things, it's just men have a way of making it not fun and scary. I easily added hundreds of rhinestones. I did not count them. I'm trying to see if it'll like catch the light. The dress that I was referencing is not crocheted. It's not like open like this. You can't really see the bottom skirt through this, but I'm crocheting it, so it's my interpretation. Scarlett's version, you know? So I took some creative liberties, and then in the past week as I was prepping this to wear to a New Year's Eve party, I was adding a ton more rhinestones, quite a bit fell off, just adding any pieces that I felt like I wanted to put on this piece. So this is less accurate to the dress than the first time around when I wore it in Boston, but again, it's my version, so I get to add what I want. I'm also practicing because I plan on updating my Rococo gown for Hatsucon this year. I used these snaps, I actually sewed them on riding up to Boston. Great use of that time. It's like an 8-hour drive from DC. You can see this is just covered in gems. I added ribbon, all sorts of things. There's boning in this to give it structure. Originally I had boning in the sides, and then I realized I didn't really need that. Originally when I made this, there was a seam from the ribbon, and then I added a little bow. This is my first time trying to do really lacy work because it's so big. It's very hard to film in a smaller space. I made this after my hysterectomy, so people are like, can't have babies, no uterus, but this is my baby. I made this. I'm incredibly proud of this. I made the nails to go with this. It's the first time I'm really doing acrylic nails where I just painted acrylic nails and added gems, but again, I learned a lot of new techniques making this, and it's my most challenging project to date. On top of that, I made boots. Also, side note, how great would these be for a Cowboy Lightning McQueen look? I want it to happen. But I got proper like leather paint, and I painted these boots I found at Burlington, and I didn't stop there. Mind you, this gown, when I'm wearing the main underskirt, you can't see these, but you could see them at the show. Another benefit to wearing the shorts version, you could see my boots. Not only could you see my boots, you could see my boot straps. that said love story. They are broken because I used not correct chains for making bootstraps, but it's the first time I'm working with like leather pieces, and I had to buy like leather tools and stuff for this, like stamps that I like painted over after I stamped it. I'm very much interested in developing those skills, maybe making some more harnesses, bootstraps that don't fall apart. This year I'm flying to Europe. I'm going to Europe for the very first time. We're going to Portugal to see Taylor Swift. I'm not bringing this. First of all, this would take up an entire suitcase. Very cumbersome. We drove up to Boston, so I had plenty of room to have this in the car. And I'm really trying to figure out something that will be still ambitious but not as big as this to travel with. And we're gonna figure that out. This is my favorite outfit that I crocheted for a concert in 2023. And when I wore it last night, I got second place in the costume contest based on audience cheers. And they gave me a little tiara, and they gave me this sash, kind of shady, I don't know. And it says, "This is me trying," which honestly I love because this is my second favorite song after mine. I love it. I love it. I listen to this song a lot, and I cry. I also won a $500 gift card to buy concert tickets and concessions at a bunch of venues in DC. So thank you to the Taylor party and the anthem for such a fun New Year's thing. That's it. This is my favorite outfit. I don't know if I'll ever make something as great as this, but I hope I will. I hope this is a jumping off point, and I will take all the techniques I learned from this and apply them in the future. And I have so much footage from as I was making this, and I do have every intention to share with you. It's just the computer that I used to edit on died on me. It's like dead. And I don't know if you've edited videos before, but when I have time lapses, I have so much footage that my little laptop, which I bought exclusively to write crochet patterns on the go, is not built. That being said, I will still probably be working on this well into whenever you see this video, so if you have specific questions about the construction of this, let me know and I'll include that in the breakdown video. Here's to a new year of making concert memories and outfits that will be part of those concert memories. If I see you at a concert, hopefully I'll have bracelets to exchange. I now make them for any concert that I have the time to make them for. So yes, I know I'm incredibly blessed and lucky to be going to so many concerts. I'm very excited that I found out that I like concerts as much as I do. I honestly didn't believe I would, but earplugs and being intentional about the concerts I go to and the crowd of people I'm around has allowed me to realize that I like concerts. I also love this tiara. It's like, I don't know how to like casually wear this, but I wish I could. Also this, like there's no casual way to wear a sash, so maybe I'll hang it up. I don't know. Bye.